guest today is Genesis Butler. She's a 15-year-old environmental and animal rights activist, one of the youngest people ever to give a TEDx talk. I really want to, yeah, you've done at 15, you've done way more for veganism than I could ever hope to. She went vegan at the age of 6 and has earned numerous awards and recognitions for her activism, including being named by the BBC as one of the top 8 activists changing the world. No pressure. Being announced on the 2018 Lisa Shapiro Youth Animal Activist of the Year and receiving PETA's Young Hero to Animals Award, in addition to being featured on an episode of Marvel's Hero Project by Disney+. Do you ever worry that you've peaked at 15, Genesis Butler?
Sometimes. I think since I'm so young, I've been an activist for so long, it's like normal for me now. I love it.
Amazing. Do you, I mean, you know, do you hang out with all the other young activists? Are you guys all, you know,
do
you have a WhatsApp group of, you know?
We have a group chat that we talk in.
Do you really? Oh, that's so cool. Because I feel like you must have a very unique, you know, your childhood is really unique.
Thank you.
So I'm glad you've managed to find other people who have some kind of sense of what on earth you're going through. Awesome. Okay, well, this is where we ask the question: What would you do if you were trapped on a desert island with a pig? Which is the question that vegans get asked so often. We're going to take it for granted that you're probably not going to brain the pig, but what we're interested in is what foods would you like to take with you? What are your favorite foods? So why don't we get straight into it? Tell me your first food.
Okay. So my first food that I would want would be chicken nuggets. I've loved chicken nuggets like forever since I was a little kid. I would always eat chicken nuggets. Like that was like my food. Like my mom would be like, "What do you want to eat?" Chicken nuggets. Like that's like that. I still love them. So yeah, I'd probably take chicken nuggets. I love them so much that I even included it in my TED Talk. When I gave my TED Talk, I was talking about how that's how I first transitioned into going vegetarian before I went vegan. Is I was eating chicken nuggets and I was wondering like what they were. So that's when I asked my mom, and that's when she told me that they were real meat, and I was just shocked because I never thought of it like that. So then we went vegetarian, and then after that we ended up going vegan. But I still eat chicken nuggets just in the vegan version, and I love them just as much. And I think that I definitely chicken nuggets.
There's something really liberating about you calling them chicken nuggets, because with you know, when you're vegan, there are so many caveats where you're like, well, they're fake chicken nuggets or not chicken nuggets, and it's like we could just call them chicken nuggets, just like, you know, people call cow beef. You know, we could just give it that name. It just happens to be vegan. I love that. Do you think that there's I feel like with every child, when they make that connection between the food on their plate and the animal that's been killed to make it, the minute they're given that correlation, I think almost all children go, well, then I don't want to eat that. Why would I want to eat that? Do you think that's true? I feel like most children, because they're not insane, would just be like, well, I'm not going to eat that then. And obviously you did that, and I love that your parents listened to you.
Thank you.
That's great. Chicken nuggets. And what do you get? Because I want to drill a little further down into this. Do you have a dip? What's your dip? Do you have ketchup? Do you have them on their own? Do you have them in a bun? How do you have? Well, you know, what's the plate? Or just straight up?
Sometimes I'll eat them just plain by itself, but normally I'll eat them with like sweet and sour sauce. That's my favorite.
Oh yeah, come on. That's nice. And do you have a favorite brand? You can name brands.
I really like Gardein because I've ate them for so long, because that was like the first brand of vegan chicken nuggets that I like really liked. So I probably still would go with theirs.
Oh, you know, I hear so much about Gardein stuff. We don't have it in the UK. So if I were to send over like a shipping container, would you just fill it and send it back?
I would.
So sweet of you. It's okay. Maybe we'll crowdfund it. Something. Awesome. Okay, chicken nuggets. I can definitely get behind that. What would you have next?
Next, I would have Vegan lasagna. I love lasagna. I think you can like never go wrong with it. I could eat it every day if I could.
Oh
And I
yeah.
make it from scratch. I figured out a way to make vegan ricotta and I make it with tofu and it's super easy and it's really cheap to make the lasagna and my whole family eats it. So I'd probably
So do
say
you cook for your family as well?
I do. I love
So you're a
cooking.
global campaigner and you're cooking for your family. Come on. Like, I thought I was doing okay as a 48-year-old. So you've just blown everything. Like, I haven't got a leg to stand on now. Okay, so tell me about the ricotta. How do you make the ricotta?
It's super simple. I love making it. I always have tofu in my fridge, so that's the first ingredient that I start with. I use tofu and then I put nutritional yeast and a little bit of lemon and salt and pepper and fresh garlic, and then I'll add like some sauteed onions and spinach into it and then mix it all together. And it's so good. It's my favorite. And like everyone in my family loves it, especially my little sister Luna. That's like she's 1, so she loves it. She could eat it all the time.
She's 1.
Hmm.
Wow, and you've got her eating spinach. That's hardcore veganism. Well done. I like that because, you know, you can sort of say you can't go wrong with lasagna. And you're right, but it's sort of, I feel like it's as individual as the human genome, you know, the way people do it. What do you put vegetables in it? What vegetables?
In lasagna, normally I'll put like spinach and onions. Sometimes I'll add like Beyond sausages into them. But mainly I'll put like spinach and onions. I love putting onions in everything. Like I really love onions. I don't know why, but I've always loved them.
I mean, think how like globally, how many recipes start with fry an onion? Like all of them. Literally. I don't know. Baked potato, fry an onion. In fact, I'm surprised no one's actually put onions as one of their desert island dishes because I feel like it does underpin so much stuff. It's a big thing, onions. Awesome. Well, your lasagna sounds really good. We are going to, I'll get at the end of the podcast, I'll give out the website address for the shipping container fund. If you could put some lasagnas in there as well, that'd be really great. Because where is it? Where do you live? You live
in Long Beach, California.
Long Beach, California. Wow. What's it like?
The weather has been changing really often. Like it will be super hot one day and then you wake up and you're freezing, but you're like, but wasn't it just hot? So like the weather it's always changing really often, and there's a lot of beaches to go to, so it's a lot of fun.
That's nice. Can you like, how far away from the beach are you?
Like 10-15 minutes.
That's nice. That's great. I would love to live by the sea. It's not going to happen. The nice thing, though, about the UK is that, do you know how far the furthest you can be away from the sea before you start getting near it again on the other side? Do you know how far it is you can go in the UK?
How far?
Have a guess.
Like an hour?
Couple of hours, maybe, but it's 77 miles.
Dang.
Literally, you go 77 miles one way, and you're then less than 77 miles from the sea on the other side. That's how puny this rubbish little island is. Anyway, okay, you got chicken nuggets, you got lasagna. I feel like you should try combining the two, particularly with sweet and sour sauce. It could be a whole new thing. I'm just saying. What are you going to have as dish number 3?
For number 3, when I was in Rome, I went to the store. It's like a little vegan grocery store called iVegan, and it was after like a really long day of filming. I was so hungry. I was so tired because the time changed, and we were traveling all over the place, so the time just kept on like changing. And whenever I like if I sleep and then like it's really hard to wake me up in the morning, so like I would sometimes like get off to like a rough start because like when you're in such a good sleep and then someone wakes you up, then you're like, why? Like, I want to sleep.
Don't do that. Yeah.
Then I like remember like I have to get this done. Like I want to get these videos out so people can see them. So we were filming like all day, and then it was finally nighttime, and we went back to where we were staying, and then we went to the little grocery store and we bought stuff for vegan sandwiches. And then I found this vegan tiramisu, and it was so good. I've never had like tiramisu like that. It was so good, like really good. It was in a cup, and then they put like all like the filling together. It was so good. I will never have anything like that. I hope I go back soon. And then we had vegan sandwiches, and that had a vegan meat that was really good, and vegan cheese, and on bread. It was just like a super simple sandwich, but I feel like you can never go wrong with the sandwich. Like you can do so many.
I feel like you can. I think you can go badly wrong with a sandwich. I mean, I've eaten some bad sandwiches. Yeah.
Oh.
But they can't. I mean, when they're good, they're sublime.
Yeah.
And you're right. They don't have to be fancy. You know, a good basic sandwich is a thing of joy.
Yeah.
Okay, so is it the tiramisu that you're?
Yeah.
Wow, you've got sophisticated taste. Like when I was 15, I didn't like tiramisu, but then again, I wasn't giving TEDx talks either. Then again, TEDx hadn't been invented, so maybe I would have been. Mate, I wouldn't have been.
Yeah.
That's no question. So you've been all over with your activism and stuff. Like Rome, London. Where else have you been?
I've been to Paris and New York, and where else have I been? I've been to Canada. Just all over. Like I don't even really remember. Like there's so many places that I went before quarantine. That was so much fun.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, so
all over.
you were like even you were like what 12, 13, I guess.
Yeah, I was 12.
Good Lord above. And of all the places, do you have any? What's your favorite?
I really liked. I'd say London.
You don't have to say that. You know, it's okay. I can take it.
No, I was thinking, yeah, I think London, because I really like how the people are so like laid back. Like where I was at, I really like that.
Yeah.
And
astonishing.
I liked everything that you could like do out there. I had fun. I would go to. There's so many vegan restaurants out there that I loved like a lot. So yeah, I probably would say London.
Amazing. Well, we're very flattered. You got to come back. You got to come back soon.
I hope.
Before we come on to the next three foods that you'd love to take on a desert island with you, what's the one thing you don't want to see on there? What's the one food that you really hate?
I would say kale. I just can't do it.
No?
I don't know. I just like the taste. And one time I was filming, and the producer, he knew that I hated kale, and we were filming with a chef named Eddie Garza.
Oh yeah, we've had him on the podcast. Lovely man.
Yeah, he's so sweet. So we were having a good time. We're filming, and I'm like, yeah, like this is going great. And then he's like, okay, so now that we're getting to the end, I would like you both to take a big bite out of kale, because we were in a garden. Oh no. So I ate it, and then I spit it out right after. I can't. And even when it's cooked, like I don't know, I just have something with kale that I don't like. Like I can't do it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like, you know, if people have pressured you to eat it as well, it's just gonna be a traumatizing thing. Have you tried the new thing? This is the thing I've discovered, because I eat kale most days. I have it for lunch most days. In the winter months, it's been a very good salad component. In fact, it's been like the core of my salads. But here's the thing that I discovered recently that I didn't know about, is you massage your kale before you eat it, which makes it sound a bit like that. Is it Kobe beef? No, what's the beef called? With the cows that get the massages with sake. It's the same, but the principle is with kale, if you sort of squash it a bit and then sort of let it kind of spring out, it kind of softens the leaves off and the texture goes a little bit softer. And breaks it up. You're like, I see you nodding, and you're like, nope, not going to eat it. It's very polite of you. But that's my top tip. Anyone, if you're eating, and you should eat kale salads. They're really good. It is my favorite thing. But do massage it. I'm not crazy. I promise. Okay, well, we'll make sure that there's no kale on the island. Or maybe if there is, the pig can eat it, because you guys are going to hang out quite a lot. There's not much else to do. Okay, what's the next food that you do want?
I would say Miyoko's. They have a cheese wheel, and it's a chive cheese wheel. I love it. That's like my favorite. I eat it really often with like crackers or on a bagel, and I would even eat it like straight by itself if I had to, because I love it so much. One time I went to a conference, and then after the conference, she donated a bunch of cheese, and they're like, "Oh, Genesis, did you want some cheese?" And I looked, it was like, "Yes, I want some cheese." So they gave me like a huge plate of it. So I was just sitting in my hotel room with my mom, and I was just eating the cheese. And I really love Miyoko's cheese. Like, all of her products are my favorite. They're so good.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at it now. Now, she too has been on our podcast, and she was amazing. I mean, she's an absolute kind of empress of vegan cheese making. So you're talking about the double cream classic chive cashew milk cheese? That looks amazing. Buttery, savory, creamy chive flavor. Oh, what? Why can't we get this in the UK yet? This is killing me. That's a really good call. I can imagine. That's really good. She's just brought out a mozzarella, a liquid mozzarella. Have you tried that yet?
Yeah, I liked it. I ate it on pizza.
Yeah? What's the sort of texture like? Does it stay liquid, or does it kind of thicken?
No, it thickens up. Yeah. At first when I saw it, I was like, this is interesting, but it like solidifies kind of quickly when you put it in the oven.
Okay. Oh wow. I gotta try that. Okay, we'll send a second shipping container. Okay. What's your next one?
My next one would be nutritional yeast. I love nutritional yeast.
I mean, come on.
I put it on everything. Yeah. Nutritional yeast. I first started eating it when I first went vegan, because when I was doing research of like what to eat when you're vegan, I saw a bunch of vegans were using nutritional yeast. So I'm like, what is this thing that vegans have with nutritional yeast? Like, it's like they have some sort of like love, like they're in love with nutritional yeast. I'm like, what is this stuff, and why are they eating it, and like, why do they like it? And when I tried it, oh my God, this is so good. And I started putting it on everything. Like, I would put it, I don't even know it. I think I was just like trying it on anything that I thought it would go with. Like, it was like, oh, nutritional yeast, I'm eating avocado toast, but nutritional yeast, like everything. I'm eating eggs, I'm eating just egg, let's put some nutritional yeast. Like anything I would put it on. So I'd probably take nutritional yeast, because I just love it so much. I
think that's a great call, and I feel it's the sort of standard. It's almost like the club tie or the little lapel pin for vegans. If you know about nutritional yeast flakes, then you're okay with me. Have you ever tried, because the sort of one of the most famous brands over here, it's Advice. I mean, it's the most perfect food stuff, but their suggestions for how to eat it on the side of the tub in the UK are catastrophically bad ideas. They suggest you, and I want to know if you've tried any of these, dissolve it in water. What? Sprinkle it over cereal.
Maybe it's like the first one vegan. Like,
what are you talking about? Like, it's just delicious sort of cheesy powder. Why would you put it in water or over cereal? That's so. I feel like they market it very badly, but all the vegans, we figure out what to do with it. And when you say you were researching stuff, like when you first went vegan, you went vegan at 6.
Yeah.
Were you doing that research?
Yeah, me and my mom. I would have my mom like look it up, Well, I was really smart when I was little. Like I've always been super smart. When I was a baby, like when I was 1 or 2, I could have like full conversations with my mom. So I was always super smart. And she and I would research together, and we would figure out like what are some good vegan foods. So we would see like seasonings or foods or vegan meats. And there was barely any vegan meat then. There was only like tofurkey and Boca burgers. Do you know Boca burgers?
No, we don't have Boca burgers. Tell me about Boca burgers.
They're okay. Like when I first went vegan, they were the best thing I've ever tried in my life.
Sure.
This is great. But now that we have all these different like vegan meat brands, I love them. But Boca burgers are like just like plain veggie burgers, basically.
Oh yeah, that ship has sailed. No one's sending a shipping container for that stuff. That's fine. You can keep those. Okay, very good. I got to say, tofurkey though still has quite a place in my heart.
Yeah, I still love tofurkey.
That's really good stuff. What kind? Do you like the? Have you had the shredded kind of stuff, or do you have the slices, or what?
I have the slices, the deli slices I eat. They have like a black pepper turkey, I think it is. I love that one. And they have a vegan ham, I'm pretty sure, and I really like that one too.
I'm wanting that now. There's nowhere open. It's a Sunday night right now here. Okay, all right. We've got chicken nuggets, lasagna, tiramisu, Miyoko's chive cheese, nutritional yeast flakes. One more.
My last one, I'd say there's this vegan chicken, I think it was like vegan seitan katsu from a place. I had this actually in London. It's called Wagamama. That place was my favorite. I really loved it. I tried it. And me and my mom, we were in New York actually, and we really wanted vegan katsu because we remembered it because we went to London, and then after like I think it was like a month later, then we ended up going to New York for something, and then we were like, we really want Wagamama. Like, why would they have this? Like, we're in New York. Why would they have this here? And then we turned the corner and we saw Wagamama. So
no, did you hear a choir singing?
No, we were so shocked because we were just thinking, like, we were literally just talking about it, and we turned the corner and it was there, and we were like,
it's a sign. Yeah. Amazing.
So we ate there, and we ate the vegan katsu. It's so good. That's still my favorite to have when I was out there. I love it.
That's amazing. I mean, Wagamama, I think more than half their menu is now vegan. In the UK, they are doing great things, and I got to say, I haven't tried their katsu seitan yet. Good. Is it that it's that good?
Yeah, it's really good.
Okay, I might have to have that. I don't want to brag, but I can walk to a Wagamama from here.
I'm jealous.
I'm sorry. Well, crikey. Genesis, thank you so much for sharing your desert island dishes with us. I got to say, some really lovely ones in there. Good luck with your future campaigning.
Thank you.
What do you have that's upcoming? Where can people find out more about you and what you do and follow you and all of that stuff?
I have my Instagram account where I'm the most active and post all my stuff. I have my Genesis Butler account and a Genesis Butler _. And then recently, the main thing that I've been working on has been my Youth Climate Save, which is a youth organization that has 80 chapters around the world. We have them everywhere. We have them in India, in Dubai, in London, in Africa, like everywhere with youth. And we talk about how animal agriculture is harming our environment. So I'm still building up the chapters, and I do Zoom meetings with them every week. And we'll talk about what are some new things that we can do since we're home. Since some places still have COVID where it's really bad, where they can't go out and do protests. So we'll do at-home action. So still figuring out like what are some actions we can do and how I can build up all these chapters.
That's incredible and deeply inspiring, and I'm humbled by your presence. Thank you for doing what you're doing, and don't stop, and don't let the grown-ups squash you ever. It's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll be back next time with more of the sort of cookery stuff. I do hope you'll join us for that. Don't forget, it's veganlifemag.com. If you'd like to subscribe to the magazine, find out more, you can email us with your questions about cooking vegan food. It's podcast@veganlifemag.com. Go and buy the magazine, would you? Share and subscribe with this podcast, would you? I mean, this bit's free. And the fee is commensurate with that. So anything you could do to help the podcast grow would be fell upon with pathetic gratitude from me. We will see you next time. I'm Jake Yap. Thanks for being here. It means the world. All right, bye. This has been a Swanburst Media production.